Hey, and I'm Kyle Smith, and I'm joined by a room full of WYEP members. And we are live and direct today celebrating the release of Jana Mila's debut album called Chameleon. And Jana, welcome to Pittsburgh.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
It's nice to be here.
Would you like to start us off with a song?
Yeah, of course. This song is called Rosie, and I wrote it 10 years ago. Rosie left the back door open yesterday. She didn't even leave a note before she took the train. The neighbors said they saw a girl crying in the street. Rosie left a trail of tears for everyone to see. Sorry, little Rose, we should have helped you long ago. Should have listened when you said you felt like you didn't belong. But now Mother has been staring all night at the kitchen floor. And Father hasn't said a word since you have been gone. Sweet Rose, when do you get back home? You left your footprints on our lawn, left your footprints on our soul. Sweet Rose, you didn't have to go away. Oh, your loneliness, it made you blind to see who wanted you to stay. We just hope you find some answers on the road. And if you do, we hope one day you'll let us know. And we hope that your journey's going well, and that you finally find some company in yourself. Thank you.
We are live and direct with Jana Mila here celebrating the release of Chameleon. It came out a few weeks ago. And Jana, welcome to Pittsburgh, first of all.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
She's from Amsterdam and has had an interesting last year or so, or a couple of years. How's that?
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, it all went very quickly. I had to have some patience before the album came out, but it was definitely worth it because now I get to be here and I've been traveling the US the past couple months. I've been on and off in Amsterdam, but mostly in the US. And I don't think I would have ever expected that this would happen as a little girl starting to write songs. So I'm very grateful.
You mentioned that you wrote Rosie 10 years ago.
Yes.
Have a lot of the songs on Chameleon been written a while ago, and now they're out?
It's actually a combination. So I think almost half of the album I wrote some time ago, and I started writing when I was 16. And there's also a couple songs that I wrote in Nashville 2 years ago. And that was also the time that I met my producer, Todd Lombardo. So it's sort of like a combination of me being a teenager and me being sort of what I would call maybe a grown-up. And Rosie is the oldest song on the album. And that's 10 years ago now, because I'm 26. I wrote it when I was 16.
So being in your mid-20s, how did the connection to a Nashville producer happen from somebody living and making music and playing small shows in Amsterdam? How did that connection happen?
Well, it actually happened through an artist in Amsterdam, in Holland. Her name is Ilse de Lange. And she is a very big artist in Holland, very inspirational person also. And she actually introduced me to Nashville because she's been there a lot of times already. She had a house there, and she knew a lot of songwriters. And she was like, the first time I met her, she's like, I heard your songs, and I feel like you should go to Nashville. This is your place. And to me, it felt sort of like Disneyland, because I didn't know what it was. In my head, there were like cowboys everywhere. And so she took me on a writing trip, and I wrote the song Chameleon with Todd Lombardo. He made a demo for it, and I was immediately sold. And I think a couple days later, I asked him to be my producer, and he was very enthusiastic. So we made the record, and now I'm here. Yeah.
Well, that's great. And in case people don't know, Tom produced Casey Musgrave's big album from a few years ago, and quite a few others as well. So you got paired up with somebody of good stature with that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very inspired by him, and we even wrote a song again 1 week ago. So I feel like I'm in contact now with a lot of people in Nashville, and I'm starting to be sort of part of the scene a bit there, and I don't feel like an alien anymore. So that's nice.
Well, what's it been like being around a bunch of singer-songwriters? And I mean, it seems to be the hot city, along with like Austin and a few others, for music and recording and just singer-songwriters.
Well, it is very inspiring, because the house that I stay in, it's like on the east side of Nashville, and I'm a very big fan of Dave Rawling, the guitar player. And I was sitting in the living room, and I watched out the window, and I saw him walk past. And I was like, am I dreaming? Oh, no, wait, I'm just in Nashville. This is my life now. Like, there's people everywhere that inspire me, and I get to be close to them now. So just the idea of that is already something that motivates me even more to write.
We had air lead Tazgen in our studios a few months ago, and he was talking about how his neighbor's Kim Ritchie, and he sees singer-songwriters walking around all the time. Well, congratulations on Chameleon. I'd love to ask a question about the song you're going to do next here, and it's a song we've been playing a lot called Somebody New. Do you want to give us a little insight into the background of Somebody New?
Yeah, Somebody New is basically a song I wrote that predicted my breakup. And I think the ex-boyfriend didn't even know at the time, but it was like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's about how you both feel like you're actually looking out for other people already. And it's in the title, Somebody New. So it's a very up-tempo, happy song, but it's also a bit sad. Yeah, and well, I've got two people on stage here. Like you've seen them come up on stage. I've got Dove on the piano. They both came from Amsterdam. And Jerry on the left, my guitar player.
And that's Jana Mila, and the album is Chameleon. And if you guys could do a couple of songs, that would be great. We're live and direct with Jana Mila from the WYEP studios.
We chose a dirty pavement at the parking lot. You wore your leather jacket, made you look so tough. You hoped I knew something's growing bitterness inside of you. We spent an hour drinking in the burning sun. You had your words all ready like a loaded gun, and you got me to listen to the bitterness inside of you. You said if you've been longing for somebody new, oh well, just lately I've been thinking that you do. Somebody stole your bike, I had to bring you home. You rather skip the night than face it on your own. You couldn't hide everything that you've been dragging in your took off Hurley, left the sheets undone. Your eyes all red and blurry with your headphones on. I guess it's true, I've been growing bitterness inside of you. You said if you've been longing for somebody new, oh well, 'cause lately I've been thinking that you do. You said if you've been longing for somebody new, oh well, 'cause lately I've been thinking that you do.
Thank you.
Exhausted lungs, a burning throat, I leave that world behind me. Too many times have I been told my intuition's lying. Oh, it's true, they're only trying to get what they want from you. My eyes would burn, we stared too long into the same horizon. I tried for far too long, but you can't please everybody. Oh, it's true, they're only trying to get what they want from you. I tried so hard to keep this up, but it's starting to wear me out. All I seem to do is run my heart into the ground. Dream so hard to wake you from, 'cause I don't wanna let you down, but I don't wanna let me down. Oh, it's true, they're only trying to get what they want from you. Oh, it's true, they're only trying to get what they want from you. What I need
Thank you.
We are live and direct from the WYEP studios with Jana Mila. The Dutch artist is here and recorded in Nashville. The debut album, Chameleon, is out, and that one called It's True. And also the first single from the album, Somebody New, that came out a few months ago. And you've been living with these for a while now, but what was your goal? Like when songwriting began, you said, I'm going to make a record. But what did you have a goal, like songwriting, when you started the project off, as to a theme?
Well, honestly, it was hard to pick songs. That was the first step because I had a lot of songs already. So, and I had to pick 10. And if you ask me, I would just produce a record every day and release a song every day. But I think if you ask any artist, they would probably love to do that. So the goal for the album was basically to find the 10 songs that feel like they're a good summary of who I am as an artist right now. But also produce them in a way that they feel very fresh and new to me, even though some of them were a bit older. And when I first started writing songs, like in the beginning, I didn't even know that I was actually going to perform them for people. So the goal wasn't very clear at the beginning, but when I started producing, it became very clear that what the songs needed to sound like immediately.
Well, there are a lot of lyrics on the album that are very personal. And leave yourself kind of vulnerable. Did you have any reservations with the songwriting on being too personal, or was that a goal? Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to be it very personal, but I also don't want people to start asking questions. So I always say like this song is about a character, and then it's for me it's a way to sort of protect myself. But every song has like this Easter egg hidden in it, and it's saying something about me and my life. Yeah. And
Chameleon, kind of the overall theme of the album.
Yeah, definitely.
As far as I guess I kind of gave away the theme there about adapting and changing. But what has your experience like been so far? Because you've gone. We were chatting last night about it, and you've been to 24 states so far for visiting and touring and visiting radio stations.
We've been on a promotional radio trip for 6 weeks. Then I came back in Holland, and now I'm back here, and we're gonna do a lot more shows. And it's been fun. I'm happy I get to see so much of the U.S. At my age already through music, and I think there's been a couple very fun things. Like we've been to Vegas, for example, not to play, but just sort of like to party. To gamble. My guitar player, he likes gambling. He gambled away $100 in 15 minutes, right?
Not too bad.
Is it not too bad? I don't know. Yeah. It's the only place you leave when you lose money, and you still feel happy that you were there. And just being on the road with my band members, with Joel from New West Records, it's been great. Yeah, and I'm happy I get to do it even more now.
Well, it's great. The album kind of seamlessly goes between folk and rock and pop, and even some like throwbacks to like the Laurel Canyon era and stuff. And is that the type of music that has influenced you so far to become a musician? Yeah,
when I was about 15, I started listening to Joni Mitchell, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Simon and Garfunkel, like very 70s records. That influenced me to do storytelling. But nowadays, I'm also a big fan of like Sabrina Carpenter and Madison Cunningham. So there's like it's a sort of a combination of older music and very modern music at the time.
Well, congratulations on Chameleon. It's a really great listen and a debut record, and we're really fortunate that we're able to have you stop by, and we hope that you guys can come back and play a show here in Pittsburgh proper sometime in the future. But I would love to hear another song from Chameleon if you guys are willing to play another song.
Of course. Well, this song is, I just said something about partying in Vegas. This song is about things you weren't going to do, but you ended up doing. Like, for example, gambling away $100 or...
I was going to do that.
Oh, you were? Okay. And it's about having arguments at parties. So for all the couples over here that like to argue at parties, this is for you.
We're live and direct with Jana Mila from our WYEP studios.
miss you when I left you at the dark side of the room. And I was hoping you would ask so I could act confused. Don't worry about the answers, oh, it's not about the truth, oh, but it's getting late and the party's over soon. Oh, it's getting late and the party's over soon. How was it gonna cry? How was it gonna scream? How was it gonna fight? How was it gonna make a scene? And I'm sorry if you're bruised, 'cause I'm messing with your pride. But it's all because you're running from the rotten in the sky. Drinking like it's better at the bottom of the glass, till everybody's blurry who I'm trying to impress in between flesh and blood. Red wine on my dress. Something started burning, now it's spread like a wildfire. Every time you look away, you're cutting down the wire that's holding back things you can't deny. And now everyone is in the line of fire. How was it gonna cry? How was it gonna scream? How was it gonna fight? How was it gonna make a scene? And I'm sorry if you're bruised, 'cause I'm messing with your pride. But it's all because you're running from the rumbling in the sky. How was it gonna cry? How was it gonna scream? How was it gonna fight? How was it gonna make a scene? And I'm sorry if you're bruised, 'cause I'm messing with your pride. It's all because you're running from the rumbling in the sky. How was it gonna cry? How was it gonna scream? How was it gonna fight? How was it gonna make a scene? And I'm sorry if you're bruised, 'cause I'm messing with your pride. But it's all because you're running from the rumbling in the sky. How was it gonna cry? How was it gonna scream? How was it gonna fight? How was it gonna make a scene? And I'm sorry if you're bruised, 'cause I'm messing with your pride. It's all because you're running from the rumbling in the sky.
Jana Mila.
Thank you, Dub, Jerry.
And Jana Mila, live and direct from our WYEP studios. The album is Chameleon, her debut. They're in town just passing through, doing a little promotion for the album. The Dutch artist Jana Mila, and been spending a lot of time in Nashville. I heard a lot of great things about your shows last week at Americana Fest, which is almost like a week-long celebration of music in Nashville. And you drove into Pittsburgh last night. Any first impressions since it was your first time here?
It was amazing. Well, actually, Kyle showed us around last night in his car, and we got to see we've been at the lookout, and we saw the whole city in a beautiful view with city lights, and did a whole photo shoot there. So, and now we have about 5 or 6 hours here. So, I mean, I'd love to meet you after the show. You can give me all tips on where I need to go.
That would be great. You got some time to spend. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to come into the city and play for us and play for the audience. And best of luck with Chameleon. And we hope to see you back here playing the show proper sometime in the future. Jana Mila, live from our studios.
Thank you.
With a room full of WYEP members. The debut album Chameleon is out now.